have a confession, Father. The confession booth had become Sister Mary's daily routine. She was there last week when she slept with the new neighbor. According to her recount, she had slipped into his bed. The answer came the next day, in the form of Dio. He spotted her outside the residence gate, lost in thoughts. His sleek car was parked nearby, gleaming under the sun. Mary, he called, stepping out. His smile was warm, but his eyes were sharper than usual. You look troubled. She forced a smile. I'm fine. No, you don't, he said simply. Walking closer. Tell me what's wrong. Mary hesitated, then shook her head. It doesn't concern you. Everything about you concerns me, Dio replied. His voice was lower now, serious. I can see it on your face. Tell me. The sincerity in his tone broke something in her. Against her will, the words stumbled out. She told him about the loan, her father's risks of arrest, her helplessness. By the time she finished, her eyes were wet. Tayo was silent for a moment, then he reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. 3 million, he said. Mary's eyes widened. Wait, what are you doing? Calling my banker, Tayo said casually. This is nothing, Mary. A small thing. Consider it handled. Her heart pounded. No, Dayo, I can't let you. You can, he said smoothly. Stepping closer. Mary, I don't just like you. I want you in my life. Let me prove it. His words wrapped around her like silk. Comforting, dangerous. For a moment, she imagined her father free, her mother relieved, her home at peace. But then Harry's face flashed in her mind, his touch, his kiss, the fire that consumed her whenever they were near. Harry had a heart. Dio was offering her survival. Her voice cracked as she whispered, Dio, why are you doing this? Because, he said, his eyes burning into hers. When I see you, I know I found the woman I want, and I don't lose what I want. That evening, Harry knocked on her door, his smile fading when he saw her pale face. Mary, what happened? She looked at him, her chest aching with guilt. She couldn't tell him, not yet. He would never accept Dio's help. But the weight of her father's freedom pressed down on her shoulders like iron. Harry cupped her face in his hands. His voice raw. Mary, whatever comes, you will stay with me. Promise me. Her lips trembled. She wanted to promise. She wanted to give him every part of herself. But instead, she looked away. And in that silence, Harry felt the first crack in the love they had built. The tension between the cousins was no longer hidden. Mary felt it in the most little ways. When Harry came into the study lounge, his eyes would sweep the room, always landing on her. He would smile, a small private smile that made her heart skip. Then Tayo would stroll in, confident as ever, and the energy would shift. He would lean casually against Mary's chair, drop a joke into her ear, sometimes even place a hand on her shoulder, claiming space Harry thought was his. The other girls whispered, of course. See as baby they enjoy, two fine cousins, fighting over her. Some said she was lucky, but Mary didn't feel lucky. She felt stunning too. One evening, after group study, Harry waited for her outside the residence. The courtyard was dim, lit only by the yellow bulb above the gate. Mary, he said as she stepped out. She froze. His tone was raw, urgent. He moved closer. Why are you avoiding me? Her voice tightened. I'm not. You are, his jaw flexed. His voice breaking. Do you think I don't see it? Every time he comes near you, you let him. Do you know what it does to me? Her eyes stung. Harry, please. No, Mary. He grabbed her hand. His palm hot against hers. I need you to tell me now. Is it me or is it him? Her chest heaved. She wanted to shout. It's you. It's only you. But her father's face flashed in her mind. Weary, broken, counting down days before ruin. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Harry, I don't know. The words cut him deeper than any rejection. He released her hand like it burned. For the first time, Harry turned and walked away without looking back. Mary sank against the wall, sobbing silently, hitting herself. The next day, Dio showed up with a bouquet of lilies, not roses, lilies. Her favorites, he remembered from a stray conversation they had weeks ago. He found her alone in the courtyard. You've been crying, he said softly. brushing his thumb under her eyes before she could stop him. Leave it, Dio, she whispered. But he shook his head. I can't leave it, Mary. I see the way he looks at you. But he can't give you what I can. He can't protect your family, your future. I can. Mary lips trembled. You don't understand. I do, Dio interrupted firmly. And I'm not asking for an answer now. Just know this. I won't let you drown when I can carry you. His words wrapped around her like a safety net, steady, secure. She should have pushed him away, but instead, she found herself leaning into his warmth just for a moment. And in that moment, Harry appeared. He had come to apologize, to beg for another chance to prove his love. But what he saw stopped him cold. Dio's arm around Mary, Mary leaning into him, her head lowered, her body trembling. Something shattered in Harry's chest. He took a step back into the shadows. His fist clenched so tight his nails dug into his skin. Dio saw him. Their eyes locked. For a heartbeat, the words stood still, then Dio's mouth curved into the faintest smirk. Not of cruelty, but of triumph. Harry turned away before Mary even noticed. That night, Mary couldn't sleep. She sat at her desk, staring at her journal. Harry's face burned into her mind. The fire they shared, the nights of whispered secrets, the kisses that left her breathless, it all pressed inside her. And yet, Dio's words echoed too. I won't let you down. She buried her face in her hands. God, what am I doing? She whispered. Her heart was in one man's hand, her family future in the other's. And she was being ripped apart. The call came on a Thursday evening. Just as Mary was returning from class, her mother's voice trembled over the line. Mary, they came again, the creditors. They said if your father doesn't pay 23 million by the end of the month, they will not only jail him, they will take the house. Mary nearly dropped her phone. 23 million? She repeated, stunned. Mama, how? Where will we ever? Her mother broke down with sobs. I don't know, my child, your father. He is broken. I don't know what will become of us. Mary ended the call with shaking hands. 23 million? The number echoed in her head like a death toll. She sat on the stairway, clutching her knees, her chest even. That was when Dio appeared. Mary, his voice was cautious. But he sat beside her without waiting for permission. What happened? She shook her head, unable to speak. He placed a steady hand over hers. Talk to me. Finally, through choked sobs, she told him everything. The depths, the threats, her family despair. Her words came in fragments, but Dio caught them all, his face unreadable. When she finished, there was silence. Then Dio pulled out his phone, dialed quickly and spoke in a clipped tone. Shegun, I need 23 million transferred to my account today. Yes, today. Mary's head snapped up. Dio! He ended the call and looked at her. It's done. Heart thundered. You can't just... I can, Dio said simply, leaning closer. And I will for you. Tears blurred her eyes. Why? Why would you do this? His voice softened. Because you're not just another girl, Mary. From the moment I saw you, I knew. And if protecting you means using everything I have, then I will. Let me take care of you. Mary's chest burned. Gratitude, fear, longing. It all tangled into a knot. She wanted to scream that she belonged to Harry, that her heart wasn't hers to give, but her father's face haunted her. 23 million, that number swallowed her resistance. When Harry heard the news the next day, he confronted Dio outside the faculty block. You think money can buy her? Harry demanded, his voice trembling with rage. Dio's expression was calm, almost amused. It's not about money, cousin. It's about responsibility. You love her, fine. But love won't keep her family safe. Love won't stop her father from rotting in prison. Harry stepped closer, fist clenched. She doesn't need your charity. She needs someone who loves her for who she is, not what she owes. Dio tilted his head. And you think that's you? The broke substitute lecturer living up stipends. Be honest, Harry. You can't give her the life she deserves, but I can. Harry's fury blazed, but beneath it lay helplessness. He couldn't argue with 23 million. That evening, Mary asked Harry to meet her in the quiet study lounge. The generator hummed faintly outside, the only sound in the dim-lit room. Harry reached for her hand immediately. Mary, tell me it's still us, please. She looked at him, tears brimming. Harry, I love you. More than anything, you're the air I breathe. Then choose me, he pleaded. Forget him, choose me. Her lips trembled. She squeezed his hand, then she just let go. Slowly. Harry, there's something you've forgotten. He frowned. What? Your genotype, she whispered. You are AS and so am I. The silence was heavy, brutal. Harry's eyes widened, his breath catching. Mary! You know what that means, she said, her voice breaking. Even if there's no dye or no depth, we couldn't marry without risking children with sickle cell. Harry shook his head violently. We'll find a way. We could. Could what? Mary cried. Clutching her chest, roll the dice with our kids' lives. Harry, I can't. I can't put them through that. Her tears fell freely now. You're my heart, Harry. But I can't build a future with you, not when science, money, and fate are all against us. He put her into his arms, holding her as if he could stop her from slipping away. His tears mingled with hers. In that embrace, they both knew the truth. Love might be eternal, but in this world, it wasn't enough. The engagement came faster than Mary expected. Tayo's family wasted no time. Within weeks of paying her father's debts, they had sent representatives to Mary home. Her mother wept with relief, blessing Dayo 1,000 times over. Her father, humbled and broken by his mistakes, grabbed Dayo's hands and called him son. Mary sat in the corner, her heart torn in two. Everywhere she went on campus, whispers followed her. That's Dayo fiancé, they murmured. The envy was thick. Girls wished they were in her shoes. They saw wealth, security, status. No one saw the chains tightening around her chest. Harry saw them. One evening, as she left class, he caught her arm. Mary, talk to me. She couldn't look at him. Harry, please. No, he said, his voice low but fierce. Don't shut me out. You can't pretend what we have doesn't exist. Tears burned in her eyes. It doesn't matter anymore. My family. I don't care about money, Harry snapped. I care about us, about what we feel. Mary, look at me. She did, and the fire in his eyes nearly consumed her. This isn't ordinary love, he whispered. You know it. I know it. It's the kind of love people wait lifetimes for. Her lips trembled. And what about genotype? Harry, AS and AS, are we supposed to gamble with children who might suffer all their lives? His jaw tightened. Then we adopt. Or we wait for science to advance. Or anything. But don't tell me we end here. Don't tell me our story ends with Dayo's money. She broke then. Sobbing into his chest. Harry, I can't choose you. And still live with myself. My father will be in prison. My siblings homeless. How do I carry that guilt? How? He held her tight. Pain carving his features. For the first time, Harry had no answer. The weeks blurred into months. Wedding plans surged forward. Mary's parents were radiant. Dayo, ever confident, treated her like a prize he had rightfully claimed. Yet at night, in the quiet of her room, Mary clutched her pillow and wept Harry's name. The night before the wedding arrived, with unsettling quiet, Mary was lodged in the grandest suite of a hotel, owned by Dayo's family. The room glowed with soft amber lights, gold curtains drawn shut, and bouquet of white lilies set carefully on marble tables. It should have felt like a dream, but Mary felt trapped in a gilded gate. She sat alone in the vanity, her reflection pale, beneath the powder dust in her cheeks. Around her, the silence was unbearable. No bridesmaids, no laughter, no family rushing in with last-minute fuss. Just stillness and the weight of tomorrow. Her thoughts ran wild. Memories of Harry flooding her mind, his laughter at the booker, his lips brushing hers in the study lounge, the fire of his hands guiding hers when she trembled with longing. She pressed a hand to her chest as tears spilled freely. A soft knock at the door startled her. Mary froze. No one was supposed to come tonight. She rose slowly, her heart hammering and opening the door just a crack. Harry stood there. His suit jacket was crumbled, his tie loose, his ablaze with pain and longing. For a moment, they only stared at each other, breath caught between them. Then, without a word, Harry pushed gently past the door and pulled her into his arms. Mary melted against him, her sobs muffled against his chest. Harry, she whispered brokenly. You shouldn't be here. I had to see you, he murmured, brushing his lips against her head. Just one last time, before they take you from me forever. The words undid her. They kissed like drowning souls, desperate, breathless, their hands tangling, pulling, clutching. as if to carve each other into memory. Mary's hotel suits became their word, their whispered confessions and unspoken promises. Say you love me, Harry ground against her lips. I do, Mary gasped, tears mixing with his kisses. God help me, Harry, I love you. Their bodies intertwined, each touch, serene, every breath an echo of a love too fierce to be contained. It was not just desire, it was the ache of two souls, knowing this night was both an ending and a beginning they would never fully live. Hours later, when dawn began to stain the curtains, Mary lay trembling in Harry's arms. Her cheeks were wet, her heart raw. I can't go through with this, she whispered. Harry kissed her forehead. Then don't. But even as he said this, they both knew she would. For her father, for the debt, for duty. And so, when the morning bell of the hotel rang to signal preparation, Mary rose quietly, slipped from Harry's arms and walked to the mirror once again. The white gown waited, pristine and merciless. The small church was overflowing. Guests filled every pew. Murmurs rising like waves, women in Gilead fanned themselves gently. Men adjusted agbadas and suits. At the altar, Dio stood tall, confident, his smile wild as he greeted the pastor. In the back room, Mary trembled as her father adjusted her veil. You are saving us, my daughter, he whispered hoarsely. God bless you. Mary nodded, numbly, but her chest ached as if it might shatter. She clutched her bouquet of white roses so tightly her knuckles went pale. The music swelled. Mary began a slow walk down the aisle, every step dragging her deeper into a fate she had chosen, but never desired. Her veil blurred the faces, but in her heart she saw Harry, always Harry. She reached the altar. Dio took her hand proudly. The pastor cleared his throat, his voice booming. If anyone here knows of any just cause why these two should not be joined together in holy matrimony, let him speak now. The chapel doors opened. All heads turned. Harry stood there. He wore a slightly oversized suit, his hair unkempt, his eyes blazing with raw emotion. Sunlight spilled around him like a halo, and for a moment time itself stopped. Mary gasped audibly, her knees weakening. Dio's smile faltered as he turned to see his cousin standing defiantly at the door. Harry's gaze locked on Mary, his chest heaving in that silence. His voice cracked, almost a whisper, but everyone heard it. Mary! Her voice parted, tears spilling beneath the veil. The church froze, caught between ruin and redemption. Oh! Reverend Martin said with a sigh. That's my confession, Father, Mary concluded. Her tears dried and her expression unrepentant.